Hi, I'm Amber and I'm here with Carl, who's a psychology major here at the University of South Carolina in his junior year. We are going to discuss culture and nursing today. How are you doing today, Carl?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. So, for our first question, it says, do you think nurses have to adapt to different cultures?
Most certainly. I really think any profession where you deal with people who are not from the same background, where you deal with people that range from where they may be from, what religion they are, the background that they've been raised in, you certainly have to adapt.
Okay. And do you see that today in your lives here at the university?
I definitely do. We go to a really diverse university, and
Absolutely.
I think we're all lucky to be in an environment where we're surrounded by so many people who don't all come from the same upbringing that we come from. Me being, I'm not a foreigner, but my family is of foreign descent. I actually have more family overseas in different countries than I do here. So really on a daily basis, not just at the university, but in my personal life in general, I'm confronted with people from all cultures and backgrounds.
Awesome. Okay, the next question says, what are some issues you think nurses face with different cultures?
Well, like for example, if someone came in who was a Jehovah's Witness, and they wanted a
Absolutely.
blood transfusion, I know that it would be in some ways against their beliefs to receive blood from people who aren't members of their specific.
I think they don't believe in blood transfusions at all. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's definitely something we have to deal with. And then they're definitely going to refuse that care, and then nurses have to deal with that decision that that person is now going to die because they didn't get that blood transfusion. So, can you think of any other examples?
Um, you could say if someone came in who was, a fundamentalist Muslim, and he or she, we'll take a she, who has
The head dressing.
the,
I know where you're
the
going.
head
Yeah.
dressing, they don't want it to be removed. Their belief is that they cannot expose certain parts of their body until they
Exactly.
get
They
married.
probably believe they can't expose any part of their body. And being a nurse, you have to give people bed baths and care for their wounds that may be in a discreet place they don't want to show people, and especially nurses. So that can be. Okay, and for our last question, it says, how would you adapt to different cultures if you were planning to be a nurse?
I would definitely educate myself preemptively so that I wouldn't have to deal with that situation in the moment. I would try to become as well versed as possible on the community that I'll be serving. So if you're working in a hospital, for example, in New York City, there's any number of 1,000 different cultures that you could interact with on a daily basis. So, but then again, if you're out in some country hospital in South Carolina, you're probably going to be seeing a very consistent group of
Absolutely.
patients.
It
So,
depends on where you work and where you're located. But how do you deal with that in your lives today? Like, how do you adapt every day being here at the university dealing with different cultures and such a diverse community?
I just appreciate it, and I enjoy not being around people that look like me, that sound like me.
Yeah.
Um, y- it's
It takes a lot of people a good bit of time getting used to here come to the University of South Carolina. So,
definitely.
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome.